right, guys, Blitz World Series action coming at you here. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. The hype is real. I can feel it in my bones, boys. So here we are in the Final Four Pro Division. Bottom side here, we got Marko, the GOAT, a.k.a. the final boss in red, fighting out of Finland. He's facing off against Luke, the Jedi, in yellow out of the US of A on the top side. So here it is again, guys, Final Four. Marko versus Luke right now. Right after this, Kian versus Latov. The winners are playing, the losers are playing, so we're going to get our third place game and our championship. We're all rolling it back to 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 back. If you guys are on Twitch, you're going to be catching it live. If you're on YouTube, you know how it goes. I'll hack up the highlights for you, put each game out every couple days apart, keep you guys on your toes. So I'm excited about it. Now, this map, it's been playing pretty good. The demo trucks on the side, they get pretty weird. They get pretty weird. I don't know what else to say about it. The demo trucks are definitely a nice wild card. The map, these lanes are big. There's a lot of action. It can happen on both sides of the map, but there are some early choke points that the players are able to play into. We have definitely seen some players opting for more of that tech push strategy, slowing things down early on, so it'll be interesting to see. Now, of course, Marko the GOAT. I mean, where is this one at? Here we go. Marko won 3 of the last 5 Blitz World Series events. He's a beast. Everyone knows Marko, obviously. Now Luke coming into the Final Four. Generally, Quas is filling that 4th position here. Quas not around this month, so Luke, the next person on the list, he did earn his way here. He won through a 4-player prelim yesterday, taking down both Marsh and Sword, and pretty nicely, pretty decisively. Luke, a very, very strong player, and certainly playing this map well. And Luke's one of those players who's hungry to prove himself as well. So, gun to my head, I never want to bet against the GOAT, but if anyone can get in here and surprise us, I think Luke could be the one for the job. So Luke getting a lot of fodder together, nice fodder advantage, but seems to be, I don't know, the builds are pretty similar here. But look at Marko putting his oils right on the front line, just daring him to try to cross that 50 and come at him. We've seen what Marko can do in the open field. His tank control being one of the few different things that really put him into God mode. Battle Lab now from Luke. So Luke going to look to mix things up here a little bit, bringing out the Battle Lab, the Desolators, the Nuclear Reactor. Demo truck on the right side, demo truck on the left side. Left side gets droned. Now right side, he's going to try to support it a little bit. Ooh, and that will get in and take out most of Luke's fodder, and that is unfortunate. But luckily, Luke does have some Desolators to help hold the line here, so now Marko going to lose most of his fodder. And you saw those guys, the way they had the drones on the backside. These guys have been playing this game map in quick match. They're not going to fall for a sneaky demo truck. They're gonna drone it and take care of it. Marko, Marko going to rethink that one. The sentry gun taking way too much. And Marko now out-tanked as Luke gets in the water. Marko also on Battle Lab tag. Luke with a massive Iron Curtain advantage. Marko's Iron Curtain likely on the way. Now, here is the story right now, is the story of finances. Luke is going broke. We see Marko with 9K in the bank. A much more comfortable position here as you do start to push tech. So Luke going to try to push here. Maybe he feels like he needs to make something happen because he knows he's broke. Desolators come edging in nicely here. Going to dive on that oil, make Marko pay for that placement possibly. And Marko got just what he wanted. He baited Luke to go for that oil and was able to spring around the backside and make him pay for it. Dreadnought's in the water. A squid from Marko to counter. So that Dreadnought gets one War Factory, and that's going to be it for the Dreadnought. Both players now back on their sides of the map, taking a quick breather here. Drones out to deal with those Desolators. Now it's Marko's turn to use the Desolators. Iron Curtain coming... Wait. Oh yeah, Luke's with the Iron Curtain advantage here. Iron Curtain now ready for Luke. Marko going to try to bait it a little bit early, but Luke's not going to fall for that trick. He's delaying the Iron Curtain. You want to wait as long as possible. And nice, right as the radiation comes down, that Iron Curtain is out. And Marko with a little bit of a sketchy build here. He's not going to be able to get the force shield that he wants. He can force shield. Ooh, as I say that was actually a glorious force shield. Wasn't able to get the bot Battle Lab, but got the IC and the MCV. And forced Luke. Oh my god, Luke literally didn't get any value out of that Iron Curtain, and now it's Marko's turn. Marko on 16k here, Luke's economy finally catching up with him, only on a 2 or 3k. Luke still trying to get that oil, and does finally take that oil, but at what cost? Marko on the backside now, out-tanking with an Iron Curtain coming, possibly a game-ending Iron Curtain here. It's going to be Luke's turn. Oh, and the flawless Iron Curtain gets all 8 tanks. Now, force shield from Luke to hold the MCV. Marko not able, but Marko doesn't overcommit. So Marko going to save quite a few more tanks here. The squids are locking up the naval battle. Probably won't see much else crazy happen in the water once both players have the squids out. Marko with a demo truck on the left side, a drone tanking for it, leading the way. Marko also with the demo truck on the right side. Might be able to take out some desolators. It does not. All right, so Marko now on 20k. Another Dreadnought out. You got to think it's going to get squidded immediately. Now, Dreadnoughts cannot shoot through radiation. Their rockets will explode in the air. Marko clicking down those tanks. That's what he's known for. Those low body situations like that where his 6 tanks look like 15. Luke doesn't have the sentry guns, doesn't have anything to hold, forced to try to sell the MCV. He still has power. He still has his Iron Curtain, but a very, very tough position here at the 6-minute mark to lose the MCV. All of the momentum, obviously, here in Marko's favor. You expect the GGs to be coming. So over to Allied versus Allied, and I don't know. You know, I think there's a couple players, like Latov, for example. Latov's Soviet is significantly better than his Allied. You know, most players are going to have a kind of a faction leaning. If there's one person who does not have a dominant faction and has proven their ability to just absolutely wreck top-level players with both, it would, of course, be Marko. Obviously, that's what it takes to be the highest-ranked Blitz tournament player, you know, because we have the forced factions. But with that being said, Luke, if there was a matchup where Luke might win, you got to think his Allied. I don't know. But Luke is very comfortable with Allied, so maybe just slightly more comfortable here. Soviet versus Soviet against Marko. Now in traditional, Marko of course is a Soviet player. That's what he's known for. That's what he plays in standard Red Alert 2. So Soviet versus Soviet going toe to toe. Rhinos for Rhinos with Marko. Always scary. Allied. And Allied also, it's a little bit more of a wild card, right? There's a few more random things you can get going. So we'll see what Luke brings here. Luke going to open a few Rockies here. He's got his Eagles out. And I like this idea for Luke. He's got to try to get weird and force Marko out of his comfort zone. Very difficult to do with a player like Marko, but it's certainly what has to be done. Ooh, goes right into 2 pillboxes. A bit questionable. But Marko with a lot of IFVs, and those will, the Grizzlies can be really nice here. And the Grizzlies and the Rockies, can he bring the Eagles as well? The Eagles are coming in as well. The Eagles are coming in. The MCV goes down. Luke takes the MCV before the 2-minute mark. Ninja shit, boys. That's what we call that. Sneaks right past, goes right past the pillboxes. We've seen a lot of top-level guys right now, AVA, kind of playing a slower game. They bring their IFVs, they GGI, they GI IFV, you know, they do all that stuff. And the weakness of the IFVs is, of course, the early Grizzly punch. So Luke obviously had this line prepped. He knew exactly what he was going to do here. He knew what he was anticipating from Marko. He read it nicely and executed. Now Luke just has to hold the line here, not let anything too crazy happen. Luke out now with a few snipers to deal with these GIs. Yep, and now he can eagle the barracks, and that'll be the end of his production. Those are sniper IFVs now. Obviously a good move. Sniper IFVs, a higher rate of fire, higher range. So Luke puts one on the board, boys, all knotted up 1-1. So it is knotted up 1-1 here. Now switching over to swap factions. Quick reminder, guys, the Red Alert 2 World Cup coming at you in December. We got $650 in prizes going out. We're going to have a Blitz tournament. We're going to have a regular Red Alert 2 tournament. We have divisions for all skill levels, and your players can schedule their games at their own convenience, unlike my other tournaments that are like on this day at this time. So basically you have 10 days to do your prelim, 10 days to do your semifinal. It's going to be really flexible for players in different time zones. And of course, as always, beginners, new players, that random guy on TikTok who said he hadn't played the game in 15 years, but it was his favorite game when he was a kid. You know who you are. Many people have that story. Come play. It's as fun as you remember. It might even be more fun than you remember. Awesome community, cash prizes. It's free to play. You can download the game and get playing in like 10 minutes. RedAlert2.com tells you how to download the game, how to get playing, and of course, you can find the sign up in my Discord. That link's on RedAlert2.com as well. The registration for the World Cup is open for another week or so. So get in there. I want to see you guys. I want to see some Blitz players playing regular. I want to see some regular players playing Blitz. That's what the World Cup's all about, bringing people together. All right, so now Allied versus Soviet. Now, no surprise here to see Luke opening his GIs. Pretty heavy GI opening here. With 10 GIs, as long as you can distract your opponent, I think you can get value. But with this many GIs, you're gonna have to get something out of it. GIs are not cheap, and these GIs are really bundled up. Oh, and getting mowed down by the sentry guns. Oh, and Marko dives right in. Oh, but Marko doesn't run him over. The hills can make unit control a bit tricky in these positions. situations. Now Luke blows right past with the Grizzlies. Luke's going, Luke blows right past. Oh my God. But we've seen what Marko can do in these low body situations with a few sentry guns and a couple rhinos. The Grizzlies still on his doorstep. Marko in the pressure cooker. Can he make something happen here? 5 uncontested Grizzlies on the left side. We have GIs on the right side. Marko trying to run over the GIs. Will also deal with the Grizzlies. Marko now undefended. And Luke takes home another quick one. And yeah, Luke has a very clear strategy here. Win these games before Marko can catch his breath. What is happening right now? All right, guys, so just a quick reminder of what Luke's up against here based on your guys' predictions. 88% of you voting for the GOAT, only 13% of you Jedi believers here. It is 2-1, guys. If Luke can win this point, he'll be sending Marko to the 3rd place game and heading to the championship. That is the stakes right now, and it's best of 5, boys, so Marko doesn't have much time here. Now, Luke, very clearly, we've talked about this before, Luke is a tactician. And at the highest levels, you can't just, oh, I have my way to play the map. I have my strategy. You have to play your opponent. It has to switch each point. It has to switch with the factions, and you have to mix it up. And I love that Luke has this plan. He came in here and he's like, listen, the longer the game goes, the higher chances that I make a mistake. Marko is not known for making mistakes. As the game goes on, his odds of winning go up. And so I love that Luke is like, let's just hammer down the front gates, send it up, and see what happens. And he's got 2 points on the board that way, so it's certainly working for him. Luke now coming in with a batch of rhinos. Marko out with his own GIs, looking to pay back the favor of that early trouble that those GIs caused him in that last point. But Luke opens the Desolator. Now, the one thing that Marko, I will say Marko can, one of Marko's weaknesses, well, maybe his only weakness, he doesn't play that much Blitz. Marko usually comes in, if you look at his quick match stats, he doesn't play that many games. He doesn't play throughout the month. He usually hops in right before the Final Four, makes sure he knows the map, and then he crushes everybody. And that speaks to how good he is. With that being said, sometimes he doesn't quite stay up to date, possibly, on the way a map is playing, or newer metas. For example, since we've added the starting oil, you know, Luke was saying, for example, that it's much easier to open Desolator, and the GI rush shouldn't be getting that kind of value. So Marko choosing not to bring out a Desolator in his game, well, it did possibly cost him the game. Anyway, I'm getting very hypothetical here to say that Marko, anyway, obviously, you guys understand, obviously, that Marko, for me, questioning Marko's strategy is completely asinine. He's playing chess, and I'm playing Candyland when I play this game, but anyway, it's an interesting note here. We did see Luke open that Desolator and completely take out those GIs, and Marko did not do that. So dogs and tanks here. Sniper out now from Marko to deal with that fodder. Demo truck's out. Demo truck on the left side, uncontested by both players. On the right side, both players dive. Ooh, and Marko. That's a nasty hit. Now Marko has eagles. Marko's Eagle's not coming. Marko's Eagle's not coming. Marko's Eagle's going downfield. Oh my God, Marko's going to lose his MCV. Marko just lost his MCV. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. And Marko just did the calculation. He has to go. It won't work. Marko knows the equation here. He knows this will not work. He doesn't have another choice. And Marko, and like I talked about, guys, that's the reps on the map. The demo truck, right? Luke has a lot more reps in quick match. He's a lot more familiar with the demo truck. And ultimately, that was Marko's Achilles heel there. Luke taking it home. Oh my God, this micro is impeccable. Could you micro? Oh my God. Wait, why is Snark doing so good? Oh my God, I'm running the wrong way. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Find some other white shirts, blend in quick. Okay, I'm going. Dude, Zed still literally doesn't know what. Oh, are you? I have no idea. Oh, this guy for sure. Where's my Harrier at? Oh, I had to build a Harrier? Berg.
Unit ready.
Okay, that actually worked out. That was actually part of my plan. All right, 1 for 1. How much time we got? Precision. Him. Let's go, boys! All right, watch for the stutter step. Watch for the stutter step. Oh, her? She's being weird. What about that girl not moving? Is this girl not moving? Is there always a girl not moving? No way. Is he purposely not moving? Oh, damn it. Was the girl not moving?